It's time for This Week in Wrestling. A lot of news happened this past week in the world of professional wrestling, Sean.
Nick,
What's
you don't
up?
have any news that leaves a bruise?
You specifically asked me after last week's recording, Nick, listen, it's not a bad catchphrase. It's actually pretty good catchphrase, but you know how I change up the top of the show. You don't always need to say the same thing. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that was loosely what you told me after we recorded last week. Yeah. So
very refreshing, Nick. Very refreshing today. Switch it up a little bit.
So this week in wrestling, as I'm very serious about it, dude, it's just such a cool time in professional wrestling right now. And this Friday night, I know, has a lot of fans excited. Now, it started off on Friday night at Smackdown. WWE announced they're going to do a super-sized episode on Friday night. They're going to be on FS1 because there's a Major League Baseball game that's going to be over on Fox. And it's going to run a half hour into AEW Rampage, right? Commercial-free. So Tony Khan, just today, as we're recording this on Tuesday, he announced that he's going to up the ante. He's like, well, if you guys want to run a half hour to Rampage, I'm going to do an AEW Rampage buy-in, and it's going to run during the second hour of SmackDown, making what was going to be a half-hour scuffle an hour and a half long scuffle on Friday night. What are your thoughts on that, Sean?
Oh, I'm here. I'm fucking here for it, man. Can you hear me okay? I'm too far from the microphone.
You're kind of far, but that's fine. Yeah, you're better now.
Yeah, I'm fucking here for it all day long. I love it when two promoters fucking whip their dicks out. Sue's cock is bigger.
It's a bit of a, I wonder how close it's going to be, Sean, because it's not like they're on Fox, right? It's SmackDown on FS1, both cable outlets. I'm interested, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and who? I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen numbers wise.
Right. Sure.
None. I'm very, I'm definitely looking forward to finding out. I have a feeling it's going to be fairly close.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting with WWE because I don't know why they decided to kind of poke the bear here and do that half hour run into Rampage. I kind of thought they were just going to, stay away, right? Do their own thing. It's interesting to me that they still feel the need to kind of, try to push these guys from time to time,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's so, I mean, sometimes it's too tempting.
Yeah.
To pass up. And who knows what they're getting from, the networks, the network execs, hey, do this, who knows?
Well, and it's very different when you're going heads up with NXT, right? Because as we've talked about, that's supposed to be their developmental, product. I'll be interested to see what these quarter hours look like. If you've got Roman Reigns on one channel, right, the arguably the biggest name in your company, and on the other channel you've got, a CM Punk or a Bryan Danielson going head to head. This is really, I think, the first real litmus test we're going to get of what does AEW's popularity look like when you're going up against the best that WWE has to offer.
We're talking about SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown.
Yes. So I mean, the thing is oh Jesus, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make excuses, but one show is on a network that has way more fucking clearance and way more houses.
They're not going to be on Fox this week. They're going to be on FS1. That's what I've been trying to say.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
it's not SmackDown. It's Raw, or it is SmackDown.
It's SmackDown on FS1 because they had to get bumped, because the Major League Baseball game is going to be on Fox on Friday night. So SmackDown will be airing FS1. Yeah. So it won't be network versus cable blow. They're both going to be on cable, right? And I guess we could talk inside baseball here forever, but it's AEW, their fans know Friday night, on TNT, WWE fans kind of have to go out and find it. I always hate it because I never change my DVR, right? And so it doesn't record the FS1. I have to remember to do it, that kind of stuff.
Hey, man. Okay, things like not having a consistent schedule or being preempted is a kiss of death, man. It fucks you so hard. Oh my God, Nick. I remember, man, and this was for a while, even once we were the top fucking show on on cable television, period, we'd still get bumped for the fucking dog show. And you know I love dogs, man. The Westminster Kennel Club, though, bumped us every fucking year.
Yeah,
Fuck
and
here.
As a kid, I didn't get it, right? Like I was watching, and you start to wonder if wrestling got canceled, right? I mean, it's very different now, I know, with the internet and everything, but I remember being so confused about the whole dog show thing every year. I think there was a couple tennis preemptions too, if I remember right. So
yeah.
Anyway, well, we're talking about AEW versus SmackDown here right now. NXT, the former head-to-head of AEW, there was some news this past week that came out from the viewership trends, and I believe Dave Meltzer was the first one to report on this, that the median age for a viewer of NXT right now is 62 years old, which skews towards the older end of the spectrum, if not the spectrum, when it comes to WWE programming. What's your reaction to NXT attracting?
Who is like, I'm not sure who's in charge of the creative direction of the company right now, of the brand of NXT.
I mean, it sounds like, I mean, again,
you can't have 60 plus year old people in charge of the creative direction of a show that's geared towards young people. You fucking can't, man. I mean, maybe oversee it, but you got to let young, fresh blood fucking make those decisions.
Yeah, I mean, who is running NXT is kind of a question right now, because like it sounds like Vince and Bruce have decided to become more hands-on with the product, because I don't know that Hunter is there right now because he's recovering from surgery. So I don't know if he's like dialing in or if he's removed from the product. Like I don't really know,
Man, it's just, we got to be self-aware enough to know that we don't fucking, and I'm including me too, man, as a 50-year-old man.
Right.
We don't fucking know what they want. We might think we do, or we might think we know what's best for them, but we don't fucking know. We need to fucking listen to people that do.
The thing that I think is most interesting on NXT, and I don't know if there's been a change in directions with the character or not, but when I saw the Joe Gacy character debut on
that's fucking brutal,
dude. I mean, and like there have been a lot of people that made jokes. They're like, Nick, they specifically made that character to get at you or whatever. People,
if you're doing that to fucking specifically get at a certain group of people, you lost the fucking plot.
And it's at the time when you're trying to get people who left your product to go to AEW to come back to your product. And it would seem that the people who left to go to AEW, a lot of them were probably more progressive that for one reason or another just stopped kind of identifying with the product, and were looking for something different. I really thought it was a kind of thumb to the nose with the Joe Gacy stuff with that particular crowd. But then at the same time, I actually don't hate what they're doing now 3 weeks in with it, where he's kind of this Charles Manson character and he's got, Parker Boudreaux, giant spooky dude, be the text to his Charles Manson. I don't hate that,
Okay, but that other shit, man, that was fucking rotten. Like some of the worst shit I've ever seen on fucking a wrestling TV show.
Well, and again, I don't want to get political here, but like I read a great article about the rise of conservative comedy recently, and I did not know how it's like being so much more aggressively targeted right now. How much more conservative comedy I guess there is right now. And that specific character felt like something that somebody who watches like Greg Gutfeld would find funny, right? Which is a 60.
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking talk about politics on the show.
Anyway,
I don't want to talk about that shit.
Less about politics, more about the art of what is going on here right now. But anyway, all right. Down at NXT in the Performance Center right now, we have a new addition coaching-wise. Ken Doan is going to be joining the WWE Performance Center coaching team. What do you think about Ken's addition to the team?
I mean, I just have a tiny, like a limited experience with Ken Doan. We had a match one time on a show. It was a crazy fucking show. Like, I don't want to get into like all the hijinks that happened, but like, anyway, so I had a really nice match with him, man. And like, he impressed me, man. He knows what's up in there. He's a good guy to have. I would be very comfortable having him as one of the coaches if I was running Performance Center.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Very solid.
Yeah, and it's been nice too the past couple of years. He's been, working for MLW. He stayed busy. Him and, not Nick Mondo, Mike Mondo. Anyway.
I don't. Here's the thing, man. Like, not every coach has to have been in the main event and drawn all the money. Like, other people like that maybe just were mid-card guys still have a lot to offer.